All right, this is the politically correct police gone a little too far. Arlington, Virginia, nixing a local Boy Scout troop's car wash, citing environmental concerns. This is part of a pattern here. You know, those who have the kids who have lemonade stands in the states and the localities crack down and say you can't have a lemonade stand here. TodivaMoms.com CEO Liz Stern, who says this is getting crazy, ridiculous, are all stars here as well. So why do you find it ridiculous?
First of all, why are they saying no to this? The kids are actually trying to do a good thing. They're trying to raise money for something.
It's bad for pollution.
This is not about pollution right now. This is about children trying to do a good thing. They're trying to start a car wash, do something fun, raise money to do something that they want to do. It's teaching and instilling values in them. It's teaching them to work hard. It's teaching them to save up for something and do something good. And for them to say
even as they're destroying our environment.
They're not destroying our environment. This is not destroying our environment.
Wasn't the issue with water?
Well, that's the thing. It's the wastewater that's going into the sewage system that they're really concerned about. And if you take a very pro-environmental perspective on it, I can certainly see, while every little bit counts, right? You want to recycle, you want to protect the water supply. But then again, there is
And what about the local car wash? What is the local professional car wash?
We don't know the answer where that water goes.
How about their next project is a recycling project? They do something to raise funds for putting new recycling cans in school. Yeah, just cancel it all out. And
how about they not use water?
I remember when I was young. I would watch guys change their oil. When I was very, very young, I would watch guys change their oil and pour their motor oil down the sewer. Okay, here's a solution real quick for these kids. First of all, get an organic, one of the makers of organic detergent to sponsor the Girl and Boy Scouts. In other words, let them use organic car wash solution. They make it right now. You can pour it in the sewers. It's fine. They should sponsor it. The Boys and Girl Scouts win, and you can still wash your cars and raise money for your canoe trips.
But, you know, listen, it's a bigger issue here, too. We talked about the crackdown in a lot of localities about kids with lemonade stands and all. And then I think in one state they actually made a law that if you're generating less than $1,000 a month in revenue, you can be exempt from this stupidity. But the fact that they go after kids and they go after, you know, what should be an industrious work ethic.
This is what I also find really crazy right now. We're really living in a society. I have three young children. There are real problems in the world. There are kids being killed every day with guns. Why are they not worrying about that? And this is what they're worrying about. Well, there's like a big disconnect here. They're going after these kids that are trying to actually do something good. I mean,
but it depends if you like the kids, right?
It depends on what your jurisdiction is.
I just feel like to go after children about this when there are real problems going on in the world is.
But Jared raises a good point. This is all pointing to the heavy hand of government and how government confronts what they see to be problems.
Right.
Why not just have suggest to the school that perhaps you should use environmentally friendly products, and that could solve the issue right there.
Don't bend in there, Mattie.
Neil, instead, they have to shut down the entire operation. They have to keep these kids from being able to go to band camp or whatever it is they're trying to raise money for.
And then they get on Facebook and they wreak havoc.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But, you know, you have to admit, the kids who plan a car wash, let's say, and they live in Greenwich, Connecticut, what are you doing? Right? It's a very rich community. Where are we going here?
It doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you live in a rich community or not a rich community, whatever kind of community you do live in, as long as the children are actually trying to do good and they're trying to benefit and make better lives for themselves, whether or not they're rich or they're not.
But they're saying, to Jolene's point, aren't they saying we appreciate that industrious attitude, but don't do this because you're destroying the environment? Then what do they do?
Well, I think there's a lot of different things you could do. There was one solution offered earlier, but as we've innovated over the past several decades, you know, we don't sell magazines anymore because nobody's buying them anymore.
I still buy them. I still read my magazines.
There you go.
The problem is you can't every now and then. But, you know,
I wonder why my boys weren't making much money on the magazine front. I got to shift them over to something here.
But there's a modernization of everything, and there is an opportunity here to get more creative.
The problem is you can't sell candy in school anymore. You can't, because it's not good for you. You can't sell lemonade anymore because
lawns, though.
You can't sell anything with peanuts in it.
Lawns. Thank you, Jerry.
Exactly. You can mow lawns, you can babysit.
I actually think you could still give out newspapers, right? I think that's still allowed.
But I didn't even think of that. You're right. I mean, this is a candy
that's the problem is
no cupcakes.
Your options are limited. Yeah, your options are limited.
And here's the thing too: if it's happening there, it's gonna start to happen in other places, and we need as a parents to say, you know what, guys, like this is ridiculous, and we need to stop. And
because we keep this up, Vladimir Putin has won.
Oh, Neil.
Yeah. Teaching Russian instead of cleaning cars.
There'll be no carwash. All right, guys, thank you very much. So we come back.